Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
That's right, baby. What's going on, folks? And thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. This is episode number 234 for those that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before I get into anything, folks, this is a serious broadcast. I think every broadcast is serious, but it's the Wisconsin primary today, folks. This is the line in the sand on whether or not the GOP establishment is going to rob the people's will right from underneath the eyes of the people over here in Wisconsin, folks. So without any further ado, folks, please spread it around like wildfire. That True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, folks. All right, go to the blogs, go to the social networks, go to the forum posts, go wherever it takes and let everybody know that we are in effect in the house and we are live, broadcasted live, and you can always call in. 516-453-9903 is the number to call, and if you happen to call in and get a busy signal, well, my apologies. We've got people that literally sit here for about freaking hours. I mean, they call in before the show's even freaking started, but just don't worry. We're going to try to even out the lines a little bit. We're going to try to get it to everything today. It's going to be an all-around discombobulated show, but pay attention, folks, because this is serious business, and as I've suggested previous, folks, this is a historical presidential campaign. I mean, we are witnessing on both sides, folks, not just on the right side of the political spectrum, but on the left side as well. They are trying to rob the people's will, and they are exposing the lack of true freedom that the people's vote actually has in this country, folks. And I think that both sides, all right, and especially on the Bernie side, because you sure as hell don't see any people on the Trump train over there disrupting Bernie Sanders rallies or going out there and getting in Bernie Sanders people's faces when they're trying to go and get in the line to see this prostate-infected bastard. But it's time for these Bernie Sanders people, once again, to take about 10 steps away from the Trump train's butt crack and start focusing on your man if you're truly and sincerely serious about wanting to see Bernie Sanders in as the presidential nominee for the Democratic Party. Now, folks, if you haven't followed me on Twitter, follow me now. Politics Ghost is the Twitter name to follow, folks. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost. As I stated, I tweeted a video of some kind of a little secret meeting that was happening in one of these little Democratic precincts out here, in which they are doing the same thing but on a massive scale and a more secretive scale on the Democratic side, which they're trying to basically unelect or take away Bernie Sanders delegates spoken for by the damn voter delegates and replace them with folks that are going to vote the establishment way, come to the convention. And as I've stated, I'm calling out all these Bernie Sanders people. If you're really serious, if you're not just, doing this to get free Bernie Sanders pipes to smoke your goddamn reefer, well, then, by God, you better be as serious as we are, and you better converge on the goddamn Democratic convention over there, because I guarantee you, there are going to be millions, and I mean millions, of people on the Trump train converging at the GOP convention in Cleveland. And let me tell you something, those delegates, they're a little afraid because they don't know what to do. I mean, they are supposedly supposed to oblige the party's will, but as you can see from the vote, folks, I mean, the people have spoken. And it's going to be a pretty goddamn hard slap in the mouth for the establishment to go out here and try to basically slap the voters, slap the primary vote, slap the whole concept of democracy, slap the whole reason why we sent our troops to die in these wars so that we could supposedly spread freedom throughout the international community. It's a complete slap in the face, folks, and I cannot believe that this is happening. But since it is happening, everybody's got to, instead of being in shock and awe and being afraid, there's nothing to fear but fear itself, folks, and all we have to do is rise up and stand up and demand that our voice be heard, and if we don't, we're not going to just go quietly in that good night, folks. I mean, let's just put it like that. Anyway, folks, once again, Bernie Sanders people, take your goddamn thumbs out of your asses and take a good smell of it, take a good whiff of it, because that's what you're going to get come the Democratic convention. And I'm urging you people, I am calling you out. I am calling the Bernie Sanders supporters out. If you really support this man, get off the Trump train's butt crack. Hillary Clinton is rigging this thing. So, by God, go out there if you really support this man and support this man. And look, once again, I don't think Bernie Sanders really gives two rat's asses, in my personal opinion, one way or the other. I think he's a ringer. I think he's put there so, that he could just basically, in my personal opinion, of course, I'm just stating this based upon my own personal observations. I think this idiot is trying to go around the country and trying to get as many campaign contribution accounts, campaign contribution funds donated in his account, so that when he finally loses, and he is going to lose, folks, even if he wins the primary, all right, he's being knocked off ballots. All right, he delegates are being stolen from him, and he doesn't care. I mean, Bernie Sanders supporters, Bernie Sanders himself doesn't seem to care that he's off the ballot in Washington, D.C., that they're stealing delegates from him, even though he's winning these primary and caucuses. All right, and, he doesn't seem to care. Now, in my personal opinion, I think he doesn't care because he's in the money politically. He's getting a lot of money in his campaign contribution account. And when he loses, he's just going to, retire from politics. And because the law is written this way in America, he's going to deposit all that money that he made in the damn presidential campaign and put it in his personal account. Tax-free, baby. That's what all politicians can do. That's the whole reason why every damn freaking stupid bureaucrat who supposedly had a lifetime of service out here and didn't have a real job in their lives, when they finally retire from politics, that's why they have millions of dollars. That's why they're millionaires. All right, I mean, do you get the game now? Do you get the scam? I mean, this is why I'm saying, folks, all right? This is why I'm saying, all right? I'm not kidding around. I mean, we have to take this very serious. I mean, we're taking it serious on the Donald Trump train side. You idiots over there at the Bernie Sanders side better take it serious. So I didn't mean to get off on that diatribe about that. But look, it's not just the GOP plotting against Donald Trump. All right, it is the Democrats. They're not even plotting. They're slapping you idiots in your faces, and you're like, oh, yeah, feel the burn, dude. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Feel the burn. Oh. Get out of here, all right? Anyway, folks, it is the Wisconsin cheesehead primary, folks, and I'm a little apprehensive on what the hell's going to happen. Donald Trump did take a surprise surge in the polls here recently, even though leading into this primary, according to stupid small sampling polls, if you want my personal opinion, all right, samplings of like 200, 300 and crap, they supposedly had Ted Cruz ahead by a few, like 5 or 6 points. Anyway, a new poll came out yesterday. Donald Trump read it in an interview with him and Melania and Sean Hannity. I mean, I think it was Hannity that read it to him. I mean, he's up by a double-digit lead now. I mean, going into the primary. And let me tell you, the coverage that has been coming out of certain independent alt media, I'm not trying to plug Alex Jones, but he's had some correspondence out there at all these rallies, at all these events, and there is a vast contrast in people that attend these rallies. I mean, there's not that many people attending Ted Cruz's rallies. There's not that many people certainly not attending. I don't even know if Kasich has rallies. This guy's, just going to a Walden bookstore or some kind of crap like that. And moreover, Bernie Sanders is not having these, humongous rallies himself. The only candidate that is drawing people that has to turn away thousands of people at rallies is Donald Trump. And let me tell you, if that doesn't translate into this Wisconsin primary, we know we've been had. We know that the GOP is plotting against Donald Trump. It's just blatantly obvious. Because you see, folks, what they're trying to do is they're trying to make it look and seem like, well, you see, he didn't get the exact 1237. Okay? He didn't get the exact 1237. So that means that we have to do a brokered convention. And since Ted Cruz and Donald Trump didn't really get the majority of the votes, and especially amongst the delegates, I think we got to put in somebody just completely brand new just into the fray here. And we're thinking about Paul Ryan or Mitt Romney. Now, why are you thinking they're thinking Paul Ryan or Mitt Romney at a brokered convention, folks? Because the GOP, the establishment GOP, wants a loser. That's right. They want a loser. They want to see Hillary Clinton in power because, folks, it's a political game. All right, if Hillary Clinton's in power and the Republicans maintain majority in the Senate and in the House, well, then that's more and more money going into the campaign contribution accounts of those Republicans in the House, in the Senate, because you got Hillary Rotten Clinton at the executive branch, and it's just pure political games, baby. That's all it is. That's why they want a loser. They don't want a winner this election. In my opinion, I mean, just look at the way the GOP is acting. The establishment is acting. They're sabotaging their own party. They're willing to blow up their own party just so that they can sustain their own establishment order. And it's more than obvious just by the actions of the GOP. I think that I don't think enough political so-called analysts are actually observing it from this perspective. I'm not joking around. And in my view, folks, all right, now look, I know that I called for doxing the delegates and whatnot. I have, and look, we have doxed delegates. As a matter of fact, folks, the Capitalist Army has the dox. We have the dox of presidential candidates. Let's just put it that way, all right, folks? And let me tell you, when we called some of these delegates and asked them questions, all right, a lot of these delegates aren't that cocky like Mr. Haynes out there in Tennessee and that asshole out of North Dakota who is the RNC rules chairman. A lot of these people aren't that totalitarian. They actually want to vote the people's will, but the unfortunate part about it is that these people oblige by a certain rule. Now, I have gone through the rules, and, if anybody knows the rules, it's Roger Stone and his team. And, going through the rules, there's a variety of different options for these delegates. And I'm talking to these Republican delegates that basically want to vote the people's will, but are getting pressure from the establishment. And if they give any sign, and as you can see what happened in Tennessee, as you can see what's happened in Louisiana, as you can see what's happening all over the place, these local Republican chairmen, these party chairmen of these precincts out here are basically taking people off as delegates that are for Trump or have any kind of inkling towards voting for Trump and putting them with establishment candidates, all right? I mean, this is what's happening right now. And that's what these delegates, at least some of these delegates from my investigations, I've gathered that a lot of these people don't want to play their cards that they are voting for Trump because they don't want to be, like we saw in Tennessee, being taken off as a delegate to be substituted for one of these establishment lackeys. All right, now, once again, I know I called for doxed delegates, but I think that we should just keep that on hand, keep that on file. We got to find out who votes for who votes for what. In my personal opinion, folks, and I think it was Roger Stone who said it recently, that's why we need so many people converging on the GOP convention, so that there'll be millions of people screaming so that they can hear the freaking people from inside the convention, so that when these people think that they can be totalitarian freaks, they're going to still have to go from, their convention to their hotel room. And Roger Stone alluded to the fact that maybe the people, if these damn totalitarian delegates decide to vote against the people's will, maybe the people should go and meet these people at their hotel rooms out there in Cleveland. I mean, that's what Roger Stone said, for Christ's sake. And I'm not joking. But, folks, let me get back to the Republican rules here. And I'm sorry if I'm boring people, but this is the most important election in American history, and I'm not kidding around. If there's enough delegates, believe it or not, that when they get to the floor of the convention, and there's enough delegates that are in opposition to the establishment, all right, and once they get on the floor and they talk to each other and they realize, hey, look, we really want to oblige the people's will, all right, we don't want to act like totalitarians. All right, I mean, what is America if we are, the supposed vanguard of the proletariat? I mean, what did our troops fight for? What is our American history about if the people's will isn't obliged? And I know that there are delegates that believe this. Now, believe it or not, there are rules in the RNC in which if there are enough delegates, all right, that are in opposition to the establishment's will, they can literally just walk out of the convention, all right? I'm not kidding around. They can literally just walk out of the convention. And when they walk out of the convention, folks, I would tell those delegates, and I hope there are people on the ground, I think there are people on the ground hopefully telling these delegates and advising them of what they could do. They walk out of the convention and go to a hotel or go somewhere else where they can organize amongst themselves and have their own vote so that it can supersede the actual GOP party's vote at the actual convention. Now, this is an actual plausibility and a possibility, folks. I'm not kidding around. All right? I'm not kidding around, folks. All right? I mean, this is an actual possibility. If there's enough delegates, and if you're a delegate listening in, I know there are delegates listening. They're a little, they've heard about us, folks. Let's put it that way. They've heard about the capitalist army, baby. But if you're one of these delegates that are just trying to keep it on the down low and you want to actually vote for Trump come time to, vote on the GOP convention, and, these idiot establishment idiots are going to continue to play hardball, well, then I strongly advise the delegates to walk out of the goddamn convention. Walk out. Go to a damn hotel across the street. Have your own vote. All right? You are still a part of the party. You're still delegates. All right? The party can't just negate, your vote. All right? I mean, that's what I'm telling you. I mean, that would be the most historic thing in American history. And I'm calling you Republican delegates out. All right? Don't go against the people's will. You people can be heroes in this election, you damn delegates. I know all of you aren't totalitarian Republican lackeys that laugh in our faces when we go out and vote. I know all of you are regular people. And when you get down there to the GOP convention, well, by God, if these freaking establishment people try to pull the wool over the damn voters' eyes, walk out. And I guarantee you, when you walk out and it gets around outside that you folks are walking out, you're going to have millions of people following you and backing you up, baby, because this Trump train will not be stopped. The people's will not be stopped. Why do you think I'm even encouraging these Bernie Sanders nut jobs to go and basically show that their will should be heard over there on the left side? And it's going to be a little bit harder for them as it is for us. That's why I'm telling you, we have a fighting chance on the right wing, all right? Wisconsin is a very important primary. It's going to prove to us whether or not this Republican Party is going to be ballot stuffing so apparently, and the whiff of corruption and the whiff of voter fraud is just so disgusting that the American people are going to finally understand that, oh, crap, our vote really doesn't count. All right, and that's why I'm not trying to plug Alex Jones's InfoWars, but take a look at the coverage that they did of the damn Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying? I'm not kidding around. Just take a look at it. I mean, nobody had the type of freaking people than like Trump, Cruz, Kasich, freaking Bernie Sanders, nobody. I mean, Donald Trump had to turn away thousands of people, man. You mean to tell me that doesn't translate into votes? Give me a freaking break. And moreover, for you Democrats that want to troll, I mean, there's still a small amount of time there in Wisconsin right now. You can go out and vote. Democrats can actually vote in the GOP primary. I strongly advise you to go out there and vote for Donald Trump just to troll the goddamn GOP establishment. All right? I mean, Jesus Christ, what do you want, a Ted Cruz? You know, some guy. I mean, I don't want to go there. All right? And we're going to get to Ted Cruz in a minute. 516-453-9903 is the number to call, folks. One thing I want to do is I want to take Twitter shout-outs right now. I was thinking of something along the lines of Kasich drop out, because I don't understand why John Kasich is even in this freaking race anymore. I mean, this idiot actually believes that he's so connected with the goddamn establishment, all right? This John Kasich actually believes he's so connected that he can broker a deal either making him the president nominee of the damn Republican Party or the vice president. I'm not joking around. That's why this idiot thinks he's so cocky, for Christ's sake. Anyway, I'm thinking Kasich drop out. If you want a Twitter shout-out right here, right now, live on the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, well, by God, Kasich drop out is the hashtag to tweet at. What's going on to Corpse Thorn? What's going on? Humpty Trumpty, that's really funny. We've got BF3WOT in the place. We've got Ghost Force in the house. We've got, these people aren't even a part of the show, for Christ's sake. I mean, we're not the only ones out here calling for Kasich to drop out. I mean, I'm serious. We're not the only ones calling for Kasich to drop out. Once again, Kasich drop out is the hashtag, all right? All right, here we go. We got Mexican James Franco in the place. We got Brosaf Stachin in the house. Templeton EBT. Yeah, really funny. Templeton EBT. Give me a freaking break, all right? Shove it up your – and, you know, believe it or not, there's actually subsidies for people now who are collecting food cards and food stamps and welfare to actually get a little bit of subsidy for their damn pet. I mean, do you understand how irresponsible we're getting with this damn government handout crap, for Christ's sake? I mean, if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of your children, why are you getting a pet? Jesus Christ. But, hey, these are model citizens in Obama's America, right? Anyway, what's going on? The N Ranter in the house. The Silicone Brony in the place. We've got Santa Claus. Oh, that's great. We've got Hambone and Proud in the house. Once again, if you want to shout out live right here on the broadcast, tweet at Kasich Drop Out on Twitter. We're trying to get this trending because he needs to drop the hell out, folks. All right, he needs to drop out. All right, we've got Sofa King Hard, whatever the hell that means. Gay Templeton, go screw yourself. My dog ain't gay, boy. All right, my dog ain't gay. We got True Capitalist Investor. What's up, True Cap Investor in the house? We've got some idiot named Ghost Cosby. Shove it up your ass, all right? Jesus Christ, Ghost Cosby. Come on, man. Don't you? I don't know. You see what I have to put up with, folks? I mean, this is the internet. So I just wanted the FYI for you folks that want to, try to do something on the internet. This is the kind of crap that you're going to have to take, for Christ's sake, all right? Anyway, Kasich drop out. All right, tweet the hashtag on Twitter if you want to shout out right now. We've got Jesus Christ, I'm not saying that sick crap, boy. Razor 360 in the house. Rainbow Flank in the place. We've got the God of Rage. We've got I'm not saying that, for Christ's sake. We've got the Oosks. We've got Pricks for Ghost. Yeah, real funny asshole. We got Crisco for Ghost. Oh, you think that's a big conspiracy theory? Huh? Look up Crisco, baby. I'm telling you right now, the whole low-fat diet relates to the invention of Crisco and a marketing scheme to make people believe that low-fat diet somehow makes people, I don't know, live longer. And if you take a look at, I don't want to get into this. Anyway, let's go into more Twitter shout-outs, and then we're going to take some calls here. All right, Kasich Dropout is the hashtag to tweet at if you want a Twitter shout-out right here, right now. We got Sergeant Yoda in the house, Killing Time 999 in the place. Jesus Christ, I'm not saying this. I'm not saying these sick, twisted, racist names, for Christ's sake, all right? First of all, I am not a racist, all right? I'm a melting pot of friendship. I thought I got that clear the last time that I was broadcasted, for Christ's sake, when all you jerk dicks and all you pre-triggered ass clowns were alluding to that. I am a melting pot of friendship, all right? Happen to have a whole bunch of friends who happen to be black, all right? I happen to have a whole bunch of friends who happen to be Hispanics, all right? So don't give me this crap, all right? I mean, Jesus Christ, I'm sick and tired of you people alluding to the fact that I'm some sort of a grand dragon or something, all right? I'm a melting pot of friendship. Anyway, we've got Baller_Friday on a Taco Tuesday. All right, what's going on? We've got the True Derpy in the house. Ward 24 in the place. Windows 95ism. Okay, that's okay. We've got Bot Specialist, Capitalist Brony. I guess bronies can be capitalist. I guess. I mean, you got what do you call it? Whoever the hell manufactures the bronies. I know they're going after these fan makers and copyrights and, you know, all that other crap. And, hey, well, welcome to America, but welcome to crony capitalism at its finest, baby. Anyway, we've got Wilski61 in the place, Roger 2693 in the house, the Flipper Invader, and there's Flamin' Nipple Chops. What's going on with Flamin' Nipple Chops? We've got GG Tuck 2016. Templeton's the talent. Go shove it up your ass, all right? Templeton's a little spoiled little dog. He's a little spoiled boy, for Christ's sake, all right? What's going on to AJ Styles, 1987? What's going on? Let me get a couple more here, and then we're moving on with the broadcast, folks. I mean, this is the only show where the spectators can become a part of the spectacle, folks. I'm not joking, all right? What's up to the Gucci Lord, 69 in the house? We got Taco Templeton, for Christ's sake. I mean, good God. You know what? I'm ending on that. I'm not saying anymore after Taco Templeton. Good Jesus Christ. I mean, anyway, folks. I mean, let's get back to the subject matter at hand. I'm sorry to go off keister. All right, we have to do Twitter shout-outs because we do want Kasich Dropout to be fucking trendy. Excuse my French. Excuse it, I'm cursing. Excuse it, I'm slipping out a few curse words, for Christ's sake. But why is this guy even in the goddamn race? Because this guy thinks he's that much establishment. He thinks he's that close to the damn establishment that he can be a part of the brokered convention to make him president or vice president, for heaven's sake. That's how cocky these damn bureaucrats, these soulless, meaningless bureaucrats are, for Christ's sake. Man, they don't care about us. They don't really care about us. Jesus Christ. And once again, folks, I mean, the Wisconsin primary is the line in the sand. I want to hear from you, all right? 516-453-9903 is the number to call. Let's take the 909 area code. What's going on? Hey, 909, you there? Yeah, Jesus Christ, I guess not. I don't know what's going on here. Let me take another call here. Once again, 516-453-9903. We're trying to, get some air. 909, you there? 909, you're on the air. Come on, man. Don't be a Helen Keller deaf mute. Jesus Christ, what the hell's going on here? I mean, I'm calling on you out here. I mean, 909 area code is out there in Wisconsin, baby. We want to hear what's going on out there in the ground. We want to hear what's going on out there in the damn the primary. If there's any kind of voter fraud out there, stopthesteal.org for you Wisconsin folk that are listening in that see any kind of voter fraud or any kind of nefarious voter activities. Stopthesteal.org is the website you need to go to and report that to, folks. I mean, that is the Trump security voting team. I mean, I'm telling you, Trump is taking this serious, unlike Bernie Sanders over here, right? Unlike Bernie Sanders. Oh, Bernie Sanders, okay? And what I want you to do is I want you to continue to go ahead and donate to my campaign, because I don't care if they take me off the ballot out there in Washington, D.C. I don't care if they take delegates away from me, as long as you people out there feel the burn and you donate to my campaign so I can be rich. After I lose this nomination to Hillary, I'm not going to contest it. You see me. I'm not contesting it like Donald Trump. I am not a man like Donald Trump. All right? I'm not a man like Donald Trump. Anyway, it seems to me, folks, that we're having a problem with the damn switchboard here, for Christ's sake. People are talking about problems being able to call in, for Christ's sake. I mean, this is just great. I mean, yeah, how convenient. All right, how freaking convenient, for Christ's sake. Once again, the True Capitalist Radio Show goes into, political straight dope that a lot of the establishment and a lot of the people just don't want to hear. All right, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is some kind of goddamn leftist, right-wing establishment freaking conspiracy, for Christ's sake. I'm not kidding. Anyway, folks, let's go move on, since I'll go back to the calls. 516-453-9903. We'll see what happens. I mean, people are obviously complaining that the call system is not working. That is beyond my control, unfortunately, folks. I mean, if you want my personal opinion, I don't think that Blog Talk Radio is ready for the amount of bandwidth and the amount of call. I mean, all the things that the Capitalist Radio Show is doing to these people's servers, I don't think they're prepared for, because let me tell you, folks, I mean, we are reaching tens of thousands, all right, tens of thousands of people throughout the world. And I'm not just talking about in America. I'm talking about in Europe. I'm talking about in freaking Indonesia. What's up to my friends in Indonesia out there? I'm talking to my friends in Asia. I'm talking to my friends in New Zealand, Australia. You understand what I'm talking about? I mean, this is worldwide, baby. This isn't just some, I'm just in this little market over here. Tens of thousands of people throughout the world, and that's on a live basis. I mean, that's just not considering all the people that listen to me on a podcast basis. And, of course, folks, if you want to listen to any of the podcasts that I have ever conducted, and I have been conducting these broadcasts since 2008, all right, baby, go to the archive at blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost, baby. That's where you can get it all for free, baby. And, since we're talking about free, I want to just let everybody know, all right, that you know as well as I know, all right? You know as well as I know, a lot of people have been using my content for a long time, a lot amount of years, for a variety of different reasons. And I know a lot of you jerk dicks out there are, making some money out of it, and I don't mind that. You want to know why I don't mind that? Because it just proves to me that I am creating more jobs than Barack Obama. And the proof is in all the goddamn content that's out there being juiced by everybody that yours truly made, all right? And let me tell you why I'm not having such a shit fit about it, okay? And why I don't know if you're a podcaster or a content creator, should start understanding that copyrights, yeah, it's great. You can collect the beans of like a couple of cents a play here, a couple of cents of play there, whatever the case might be. All right, but look at what happened to the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, folks. I have been gone for almost 4 years, okay? And that is eternity. I mean, that's like 4 or 5 different lifetimes on the internets, folks. I mean, the internet is a fickle demographic. I mean, they have the choice of the world. They can have the choice of listening to anything, all right, obtaining their news, obtaining their entertainment from anything, for Christ's sake, all right? And this just goes to show you, folks, that with me basically being lax as it relates to all this copyright stuff and, not pursuing, the people that are making money. And let me tell you something. I mean, if you make enough money, I'm not going to just sit by. All right, I just want you to know that. But let me tell you, the whole reason why I'm still alive, and the whole reason why Ghost and the True Capitalist Radio broadcast is still here, and the whole reason why the capitalist army is uniting is because my content spread throughout the world organically. And as a matter of fact, I've got more people who have found me through organic means after I stopped broadcasting than I did when I actually broadcasted the last time. And let this be a lesson to everybody out there, folks. All right? Let this be a lesson to you. I mean, the only way that people are going to remember you is if you go out and make sure that your content is spread throughout the world and not letting anybody retard the organic process of people getting to know whatever content you want them to get to know. So anyway, didn't mean to get off on that diatribe on that, folks, but I have produced more jobs in America and throughout the world than Barack Obama, and the proof is in the YouTube videos and the content and all the freaking money that these morons have been making off my crap. That Obama. Anyway, folks, follow me on Twitter. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. I want to talk a little bit about the ever-evolving Ted Cruz scandal, folks. And now, all of a sudden, folks, we started the broadcast yesterday on episode number 233. We began the broadcast as the preliminary report started coming out that the Ted Cruz is somehow connected to the D.C. Madams list. And, folks, we were here before it even happened, folks. That's why I'm telling you, this is the straight dope. All right, folks? I'm not kidding around. I mean, if you want to hear the straight dope before it happens, by God, I strongly advise you to listen to this broadcast and to spread this broadcast throughout the internet, all right? I mean, we were calling these numbers from this list on Friday, all right, last Friday, and you can go ahead and look back at the archive on that. We were actually calling people from these lists, and then we actually released the list that Friday. And let me tell you, in the show on Friday, I said prior to me releasing the list, I strongly advise people and journalists and whatever to look into the list, you know, start making connections, calling people, and that's exactly what people have done. That's exactly what people have done right now, folks. All right? Woo! I'm not kidding around. That's exactly what people have done. And now the Ted Cruz sex scandal is blowing up. I mean, now he's being connected to the D.C. Madams list. And moreover, you know, more of his sexual perversion is starting to come out. You know, according to Madsen, from the Madsen report, you know, this guy is a deep undercover reporter. MadsenReport.com, I believe, is his website. He's reporting off of his news firm that Ted Cruz actually had a little bit of a cross-dressing type of a fetish, although he did not, according to Madsen's report, he was not homosexual. That's not what he gathered from his investigative journalistic reports. But what he did gather was that when he was attending Princeton, he would like to, late at night, this is according to the Madsen report, folks, it's not me. According to the Madsen report, Ted Cruz would like to dress up as a, you know, as a transvestite. He wouldn't necessarily be a let's not go into that. Anyway, he'd dress up in women's clothing, all right? And then he'd do, I don't want to, let me just paraphrase in my own words what Madsen reported. He would like to go out in women's clothing and perform a George McFly peeping Tom situation. And that's according to the Madsen report. I mean, just more and more things are coming out about Ted Cruz, for Christ's sake. It's not looking good. I don't understand why anyone who's a supposed conservative, all right, and a supposed social conservative would vote for this man, all right? Now, people try to say, oh, well, it was his votes in the Senate. And this guy wasn't even in the Senate that long. All right, and moreover, the bills that he proposed, I mean, he didn't do anything. All he did was rabble-rouse to make sure that his freaking mug was on the TV so that everybody knew who the hell he was so that he can get the national stage to do what he's doing now, folks. I mean, this is freaking the Republican Barack Obama. Jesus Christ, the more they freaking change, the more they stay the same, man. Jesus Christ. Once again, folks, I just want to reiterate, all right, if you were listening to the broadcast, you were way ahead of this DC Madams list. As a matter of fact, you had it on Friday. Now all these goddamn news, and let me tell you, we're not technically followed by like Drudge Report, and we're not technically followed by Breitbart, but I see them all the time liking our tweets. I see them all the time liking, the show tweets, and not just the news that I put up of the show. Like, I think you should look back. These people, and I'm talking about reporters and journalists, look to this damn show for actual sources so that they can, get some leads, so that they can be like, oh, yeah, you know what, you're right. Let me go that direction. You know what I'm saying? I'm not kidding around, folks. Tens of thousands of people are listening, for Christ's sake. Just because there's only, almost 4,000 people on Twitter, not too many people like Twitter, folks. As you all know, Twitter is on decline. Here recently, they've stopped growing in their membership base because, they're censoring a lot of people. But I think they're trying to take a step back because it's affecting their goddamn stock price. So we shall see what happens with Twitter on that. Anyway, folks, Ted Cruz, what a slime ball, social conservative. And this is why I stopped being a conservative back in the day, folks. These people are liars. All right? It seems to me the more conservative they tout to be, the more sleazy, the more decadent, the more disgusting and filthy they actually are. All right, now I'm going to try this again, folks. 516-453-9903 is the number to call. I'm going to go ahead and try to take some callers here. I hope there's nothing wrong with the switchboard. I'm going to take some area code callers, and if we don't hear nothing from them, we're going to go ahead and try to take some Skype callers. And if there's nothing going on there, folks, then we're just going to have to correspond through the Twitters or something. We're going to have to do something, baby. You understand? And hopefully Blog Talk Radio gets this situated, but I know that we are bogging down their servers, folks. I guarantee you we are, all right? They're not used to this, for Christ's sake. Anyway, let's take some callers here. 513, can you hear me? Are you there? Hello, 513? Yeah. Yeah, damn, man. Hold on. Jesus Christ, I don't know what's going on here. How about 336? You there, 336? Area code 336, you're on the horn, 336? Yeah, we must be having a problem with our switchboard here. 336? Yeah, I think we are having a problem here. Jesus Christ. Come on, Blog Talk. We're having a show here, for Christ's sake. I've got tens of thousands of people listening to me throughout the world. And you mean to tell me that I can't have my switchboard freaking working, for Christ's sake? Let's try it one more time. 336, you there? Oh man, this is horrible. This is just horrible. Good Lord. All right, let's try some Skype. Jesus Christ. I don't even know who to. Tango Whiskey, you there? Tango Whiskey? Yeah, there's something wrong with the switchboard, folks. For some reason, the switchboard is not working. My apologies on this. All right, and this is just send all grievances to Blog Talk Radio, please, all right? Send all grievances to Blog Talk Radios, okay, because this is really probably a technical difficulty on their end, because I am calling on people. I'm here on the switchboard, and for whatever reason, it doesn't want to switch over and allow these people to go and to come on the show. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't like it, Blog Talk. I don't like it, boy. Sitting over here bringing in tens of thousands of people, for Christ's sake, and you're sitting over here not even letting me get in the goddamn freaking switchboard, all right? The people want to speak. The people want to talk. The people want to call in, for Christ's sake. Get it straight. I can't freaking work like this, for Christ's sake. I'm going to try it one more time. 435. Are you there, 435? Look at this crap. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. 435, you there? 435? Jesus Christ. Here, can I call out? Let me see if I can call out here, all right? Who the hell can I call here? Jesus Christ. I don't know. Anyway, let's just, it's just screwing me up. Damn it, this is... sitting over here. I'm bringing tens of thousands of people throughout the world to Blog Talk. And this is the kind of treatment I get, for Christ's sake. I get substandard switchboard, for Christ's sake. God damn it, I'm sitting over here. I'm pouring my heart out, man. I mean, I'm pouring my heart out for Christ's sake. I just want the goddamn thing to work right, man. I mean, this is serious times, for Christ's sake. They're trying to freaking rob it from freaking Donald Trump. They're trying to rob it from Donald Trump, for Christ's sake. The people need to be heard. We need to conduct a show, for Christ's sake. And these sons of bitches, these guys. Damn it. Damn it. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Jesus. It pisses me off, for Christ's sake, and I can't work like that. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. My heart's pumping like a goddamn rabbit, for Christ's sake, because they're trying to steal the election from Trump. I'm trying to freaking spread it around like wildfire about it. I'm trying to let people know the goddamn straight fucking political dope. God damn it. Oh, God. I want to freaking puke, for Christ's sake. You know, here, give me this mic. Where's the freaking mic? Freaking mic, for Christ's sake, man. Look, I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. We're sitting here having to go through these damn technical difficulties, for Christ's sake. But let me tell you, it's Blog Talk Radio, okay? It's Blog Talk Radio. They're ruining my Taco Tuesday. They're ruining it. Jesus Christ, you know, I've been trying, all right? I've been trying to cut down on this goddamn alcoholic beverage consumption, you know, folks, but you got the stress of the freaking election, all right? You got the stress of Obama-omics, for Christ's sake. You got the stress of the impending recession, and by God, there is going to be an impending recession. You got the fact that you got both these parties slapping the voters in their faces. You've got this impending world war looming throughout the world, for Christ's sake. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You know what? I got to get a beer here. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'm trying to cut down the drinking. But, you know, folks, there's just too much going on out here, for Christ's sake. There's too much going on, and I'm not going to sit on the sidelines. And it's pressure. All right, it's pressure, for Christ's sake, because they're stealing the election from us. And I'm talking about not just the freaking people on the Trump train. I'm talking about you people on the Sanders train that are feeling the burn, for Christ's sake. They're stealing it from you, too, you mindless morons. Good God. Let me calm down, for Christ's sake. Let me calm down. Jesus Christ. Engineer, do you got a beer or something, for Christ's sake? I need a goddamn beer. Oh, give me the goddamn beer, for Christ's sake. Jesus. Here, thanks. Thanks, you stupid little silly bastard. Here. Let me open my beer. I'm sorry you folks have to hear this. I'm sorry. All right? But I can't work like this. I'm going to drink a goddamn beer, for Christ. Let me open up this son of a bitch. God damn it. Can't even freaking work. I can't work like this. I'm telling you, man. Blog Talk Radio, are you hearing? All right, get in with the now, all right? I'm spreading freaking mental synapses throughout the world, and you people are jerking me off. All right, let me calm down. All right, I'm going to calm my ass down now, all right? I'm sorry, folks. All right, I've got some alcoholic beverages in now. I'm going to calm down. Let me breathe in. Let me breathe out. All right. The sun is warm. The grass is green. The sun is warm. The grass is green. All right. All right. Calm down. All right, calm down. I'm not crying. Screw you people on Twitter say I'm crying. I mean, I'm pissed. Jesus Christ. I'm freaking crap. Screw you people, boy. You come on over here. You're lucky we're not in a damn bar room right now, and you tell me I'm crying, boy. I guarantee you, I'd stop your tea so far down your goddamn throat you'd be able to chew your own ass. You say that crap to me, boy. Piece of crap. Trying to sit over here and say that I'm crying, boy. You say that again, see what happens. All right? You're lucky. You're goddamn lucky you're on a goddamn fiber optically connected world we call the internet, boy. You're goddamn lucky. Jesus Christ, what the hell was that? What are you doing, Templeton? God damn it, he's dropping crap all over the place. I think I might be scaring him a little bit, for Christ's sake. So, hey, what the hell are you dropping over here? Jesus Christ, you see, I'm sitting over here. You damn people are discombobulating me. You're discombobulating my dog, for Christ's sake. I mean, Jesus Christ, get it straight. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, folks. Oh my God. Let me take a drink of this beer, for Christ's sake. All right. Let me calm down. All right. I refuse now. All right. Let me take a breath. I refuse for Blog Talk Radio to sit here and ruin my Taco Tuesday, baby. All right. So I want to say cheers, baby, to everybody, to all the true capitalists that are listening to me and the capitalist army throughout the world, baby. Cheers, baby. I'm chugging this one, baby. I am chugging this one, man. I'm sick of it. Woo! Oh, I'm telling you, I really needed that one, boy. Let me tell you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I really needed a little bit of that. Now, I mean, for you folks that are sitting here trying to say, calm down, with the alcoholic beverage consumption and all this other nonsense, hey, look, the baby boomers, folks, they were having mud pit orgies in Woodstock. All right, they were doing a little dance and making a little love in the 70s and doing cocaine off each other's ass cracks and all this other crap while I was a conservative, all right? So let me tell you, I'm just making up for lost time, all right, boy? I'm just making up for lost time. That's all there is to it. Jesus Christ. All right. I mean, we all know that Ted Cruz is a sex sleazeball. All right. We all know that the capitalist army released the freaking D.C. Madams list last Friday. This was before we started calling actual calls on that freaking program. For you folks that don't remember, go back in the archive, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. We actually attempted to call some of these people on this list, and then once we released the list, the weekend happens. We hear preliminary reports yesterday that Ted Cruz is implicated with this list, and today it's being more than confirmed, for Christ's sake. All right, I mean, you even had Megyn Kelly trying to go after this idiot as it related to all this sex scandal crap. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we all know he's a scumbag. We all knew that he was going to be somehow connected with this freaking list. We all knew it, all right? We all knew it. Now, I want to talk a little bit about how these talking heads are pushing for Paul Ryan in a broker convention. That's why Kasich, once again, isn't dropping out. This idiot actually believes that if they do nominate Paul Ryan, that John Kasich is going to be his vice president. I'm not kidding around. That's why this guy's sticking around, for Christ's sake. And, you know, nobody wants Kasich, man. Nobody's attending his stupid little rallies. I have yet to see any kind of a Kasich trend going on Twitter. I haven't seen any pro-Kasich memes, any pro-Kasich propaganda. I haven't seen nothing. The only person that believes John Kasich can be president is John Kasich, all right? And that's why right now, before we get on with the broadcast, since we can't do freaking calls, Blog Talk Radio, I'd like for everybody to please tweet at the Twitter hashtag KasichDropout if you want a Twitter shout-out right here, right now, live on the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. Jesus Christ, man, my heart's beating like a rabbit because of this freaking switchboard, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. Anyway, and I'm not an alcoholic, assholes, all right? I'm making up for lost time, baby. I'm having a good time, baby. That's what I'm doing. I'm having a good time, baby. You're in Obama, too. Take that, Obama. I'm living lavish, baby. I'm drinking every day, baby. I'm eating steaks every day, baby. I'm smoking cigars every day, baby. And what are you doing, Obama? You're sitting here, you're trying to implement more and more economic warfare, but I'm conquering it, baby. I'm conquering it, and there's nothing you or these leftists can do that can stop me from capitalizing. Woo! Yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Anyway, cheers to that one. I mean, after that little diatribe, I need a little bit of a swig of good old Grandpa's old cough medicine, baby. Once again, KasichDropout is the hashtag if you want a Twitter shout-out right here, right now, live on the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. Okay, let's see who we got here. We got President Poop Tickler. We've got somebody who's called Angry Man Jew. Oh, my God. We've got, I'm not saying these sick, twisted names, all right? We've got Bill Wilson, CIA, Foreskin Crusader, Jesus Christ, Pants Wrestler, Free Zorg in the house, You're a White Male. Okay, that's, Jesus Christ. Give me a freaking break, all right? What else do we got? We got current year 16. Kasich Paul 2016. Oh, don't even play. All right, I'm serious. Don't even joke around about that, you trolls. I mean, seriously, Kasich Paul 2006. I don't want. No. Don't even kid around about that crap. Jesus Christ, that's a bad nightmare, for Christ's sake. Who else do we got going on over here? We got Stab Jove. Who else we got? We got Smash Marxism. We've got Bertie McBurt. What's going on? Kiwi Macready. We've got Love That Wall in the house. Empress Christine in the place. What's going on? And, I guess shout out to the XX Ron Paul. We got a lot of people tweeting this. KasichDropout is the hashtag on Twitter. Let's get this son of a bitch trending, for Christ's sake, because, I mean, we want Kasich to drop out. He's a loser. Honest 1992, what's going on? We've got Han Hanzo. What's going on to Han Hanzo in the house? Han Hanzo, I haven't seen you in a minute. We've got the Mascota Man. Okay, what's going on to the Mascota Man? Silverband 7. We've got, who else do we got here? We've got Hambone Homewrecker. We've got Flubby Pony, for Christ's sake. Roll DV Music in the house. Once again, the hashtag to tweet at is KasichDropout on Twitter if you want a shout out right here, right now. Before I give some more shout outs, cheers once again. I am chugging this beer, boy. I mean, I got to calm my ass down. I got to have the blood a little loose, for Christ's sake, and what better way to do it than Grandpa's old cough medicine, baby? Good stuff, baby. Good stuff. Anyway, a couple more, and then we're going to move on to the broadcast. We've got Tiz Rio, Dark Emperor 6 in the house, I'm not saying that sick name, for Christ's sake. We got the Whoremaster. Oh, yes, I am the Whoremaster. What's going on to the Whoremaster? We've got Tycho Califox. We've got Raiden Snake 5042, excuse me. We've got, you sick, twisted bastards. Kiwi Yaks in the place. You know what? That's it. I'm not doing this, for Christ's sake. You people are getting sick. You people are getting twisted, for Christ's sake. With some of these freaking, I'm not doing it. That's enough. That's it. All right, we're moving on to the next broadcast. And hey, look, if you wanted a freaking Twitter shout out, my bad. Blame all these sick freaks for you not getting one. All right. Now, look, according to some of the peeps that are tweeting at me, they have reported the problem of Blog Talk Radio. We shall see if we can get this problem rectified before the broadcast is over, because I would like to have, some callers and possibly have radio graffiti, for Christ's sake. But anyway, we were talking about how Paul Ryan is being pushed at the broker convention, and this idiot Kasich believes that he can be a part of that ticket. Anyway, we talked a little bit earlier. I want to allude to this again because I want to re-emphasize that Hillary Clinton will be the nominee unless there's an internal struggle at the Democratic convention, which I think is a more than 50% possibility at this point in time. I think it's more than 50% possibility. But even if she isn't, usurped at the Democratic convention, she will be the nominee. And I can guarantee you, no matter who the nominee is, it ain't going to be Bernie goddamn Sanders. All right, it isn't going to be Bernie Sanders. All right, and look, I mean, I challenge any of you damn Bernie Sanders Feel the Burn supporters. Why isn't this man up in arms about being off the ballot in Washington, D.C., even though he's winning primaries and caucuses? He's not up in arms about the delegates not voting the will of the people. I mean, do you understand what's going on here, Feel the Burners? Huh? Do you understand what's going on here now, Feel the Burners? I hope you do. Take a good whiff of reality. This man is not going to be the nominee. He doesn't care. I'm telling you, if he really cared about winning the nomination, he would be out here doing what we're doing. I mean, we got StopTheSteal.org. We got a whole security team out here investigating voter fraud. All right, we got people out on the freaking convention floor trying to negotiate with delegates. All right, we got some serious business going on. What does Bernie Sanders have? Besides a bunch of disenchanted kids and a bunch of hippie idiot professors and bureaucrats. All right, that's all he has. He's trying to juice them for a retirement check, in my personal opinion. All right, in my personal opinion. Anyway, we're 3 minutes into the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. I am your host, the man they call Ghost. Once again, follow me on Twitter, folks. Politics Ghost is the name to follow on Twitter. That is my official new Twitter name, Politics Ghost. And for folks, if you're listening, spread it around like wildfire that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. All right, we got all kinds of buttons right there for you to push, all kinds of Facebook buttons, all kinds of Twitter buttons, all kinds of social media buttons. Use and abuse those buttons, baby. Spread it around. Spread it around. Spread it around like wildfire. Because this goddamn crap needs to be heard. Anyway, I'm going to try one more time. All right, I am going to try one more time to try to take some calls here, and let's see what happens, all right? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. 516-453-9903 is the number to call. Let's take some calls here. 831, are you there? 831? Oh, Jesus Christ, it's doing the same damn crap. All right, folks, it doesn't seem like we're going to get this problem rectified by the end of this broadcast, but folks, by all means, forward all complaints and grievances to Blog Talk Radio. This is definitely their technical difficulty. This is not my technical difficulty on this end. So once again, forward all grievances and all discomforts to Blog Talk Radio, folks, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on their website, whether it's by phone, whatever the case might be, all right? I'm not kidding around. I mean, this is not a technical difficulty on my end. This is their end. And I don't get it, and I don't like it. I can't work like this, for Christ's sake. Anyway, folks, since we have no freaking phone calls to take because of freaking Blog Talk Radio, I want to discuss a little bit about this Europe migrant crisis that's happening, folks, all right? Now, this European migrant crisis, in my personal opinion, is coming to a major header. And I think, and I don't want this to happen, but you see, the leftists in Europe have brought the demise of Europe into their own borders via this migrant crisis. And what's unfortunate is that I believe that we are going to see the beginnings of World War III start in Europe. And I don't want this to happen, but folks, they socially engineered this to happen. I mean, don't you understand? This socialism is a social engineering model, all right? Why do you think a lot of the population of Europe is terrified of these battle-hardened jihadis that are coming in and terrorizing all of Europe? It's getting down to a point now where Europe is going beyond fear, and it's going beyond acceptance. And now it's time to start fighting back, and you can sense it. I could sense it from over here across the pond. And I sincerely feel bad for my European brethren out there that were betrayed, all right, because you were betrayed by leftist socialist propaganda, by the idea of this feel-good politics that you were going to help sustain yourself. The government was going to take care of you for your generation and future generations, for Christ's sake. But you know what, folks? It ain't going to happen. And all you Bernie Sanders fans need to look at Europe and what's happening right now. That's the consequence of socialism, ass cracks. That's the direct consequence. It's socialism. And who do you think brought in the migrants into Europe, man? They were leftist socialists. And look at them now. The leftists bring in the problem, and who do the leftists punish? They punish their own domestic population. Angela Merkel brings in the problem into Germany, and who does she blame? She blames her German brethren. The Swedish government brings in these damn battle-hardened jihadis. These aren't immigrants. These are battle-hardened jihadis that are infiltrating this freaking migrant crisis because this is a social engineering situation. They bring in the problem, and they punish the people. It constitutes a totalitarian rule, and there's nothing you can do about it because they took away your guns, remember? Oh, yes, I'm from Europe, and we don't have any guns. We don't need guns because we have a civilized society. Oh, yeah? How is that civilized society working for you now, my fellow European brethren? Huh? I'm serious. I mean, how much is it? Huh? How much is it? How is it working for you? It's not working for you. And it's time for Europeans to start slapping themselves out of this damn socialist pipe dream. It's gone, all right? It's gone. You're going to have to build your country back because if you don't, these battle-hardened jihadis are going to rebuild it. You understand? They're going to rebuild it, for Christ's sake. They're going to rebuild it. And they're going to implement Sharia law. As a matter of fact, folks, I mean, we've actually been very well connected with, what used to be the Libyan rebel faction. I don't know if you folks are familiar with Mahmoud. Well, Mahmoud was a part of the Libyan rebel faction. Now this man, believe it or not, is one of the leading lieutenant commanders on the ground in ISIS. And believe it or not, do you have this guy, engineer, for Christ's sake? Well, we've actually got Mahmoud on the horn, folks, and I want to tell you that, Mahmoud was almost uncanny in his prediction of what the hell was going to happen in the Middle East and what Barack Obama was going to do. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and patch in Mahmoud Mahmoud. Are you there, sir?
Who is Allah? Who is Ar-Rahman? Who is Al-Mannan?
That is right. This is Mahmoud, and I am now the commander in ISIS. And I told all of you that Barack Obama was going to bring in Sharia law, and I told all you filthy Americans, I told you all to pay your filthy taxes. I told you all to pay your filthy taxes. And what did you do? You paid your filthy taxes. That's right, you paid your filthy taxes. Now I want you to get down on your knees. I want you to get down on your knees. Stop what you're doing. You get down on your knees. And you face Mecca. You face Mecca now. Wallahu Akbar. Wallahu Akbar. You face Mecca now. Barack Obama bringing in Sharia law. He's bringing in Sharia law. I told you, Barack Obama brought in Sharia law, and you 50 Americans keep paying your taxes. You keep paying your taxes. We're getting all your weapons. We're getting all your tanks. We're getting all your bombs. And we are going to use them. We're going to use them against Europe. We are going to use them against America. You get down on your knees and you get down and you face Mecca. You face Mecca now. Wallahu Akbar. Wallahu Akbar. I must go because I must fight the infidel with ISIS out on the battlefield. This is Mahmoud with ISIS. Wallahu Akbar. Wallahu Akbar.
All right, get this piece of trash. I want to hear him, for Christ's sake. All right? Hey, but I told you, folks. I told you, Mahmoud told you. I mean, you can look back in the archive, boy, all right? I mean, we've been in contact with the Libyan rebel faction once they took over Gaddafi. They went after Syria. I mean, now look at them. They're ISIS now. I mean, look back in the archive. Mahmoud said this, for Christ's sake. blogtalkradio.com/ghost. This is not a joke. I'm telling you, man. I mean, if you listen to me throughout the years, you would have known all this was going to happen. I mean, I'm not kidding around. That's why I strongly advise people. I mean, you got nothing to do, and you want to, understand the evolution of this show. You want to understand the evolution of the views of yours truly. Well, by God, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And Mahmoud called this. He called it. Anyway, folks, Mahmoud aside, I mean, my heart goes out to my fellow European brethren out there who got bamboozled. And they got bamboozled by socialism, folks. That's why I'm calling on you out there in Europe. You need to help us out here in America make sure that Donald Trump is elected. I mean, do whatever it takes via the internet, memes, video propaganda, whatever it takes, because we can't have socialism in America while you folks are drowning in socialism out there in Europe, because the socialism is what brought in the problem, the migrant crisis. And let me tell you, you folks out there in Europe, they don't have any guns. All right? They don't have any goddamn guns, for Christ's sake. And I'm strongly advise people on my Twitter account, and if you haven't followed me on Twitter, PoliticsGhost is the name to follow on Twitter. I've actually put out a diagram showing a taken apart AK-47 and showed every part that comes apart in an AK-47. And the reason I'm saying this and the reason I'm showing that is because I'm urging the Europeans, if you can't buy them, build them, all right? Because the damn battle-hardened terrorists that are infiltrating your country already have them. And the AK-47 is the most distributed freaking gun on the face of the planet. So you can get parts, you can build these things. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of these things in war-torn areas that are actually buried underground. And the AK-47 is such a resilient weapon that you can unbury an AK-47 after 18 years, throw some oil on it, and then start firing it right from underneath the ground, for Christ's sake. I mean, look, your government isn't going to protect you. The police aren't going to protect you. As a matter of fact, the police are protecting the migrants. I mean, if you're living in Europe, you know as well as I do they're protecting the migrants out there, all right? So, look, folks, I mean, this is serious times. This is serious business, all right? The Europeans have a rich history, all right? I mean, don't let the fear of socialist pacification paralyze you in paralyzed fear. I mean, you can't let it do it. I mean, this is your country. I mean, your country is older than our countries. Or, excuse me, your countries are older than our country. So, once again, folks, I am encouraging everybody that is within this migrant crisis in Europe, you better start building your own weaponry, and you better start protecting yourself. And protecting whatever you love, whoever you love, protecting your possessions, protecting yourself, protecting your way of life, protecting your country. I'm serious. I mean, leftists have betrayed us. And I hope that you Europeans at this point in time now understand what I have always been saying. And believe me, I've had a lot of trolls, and I'm talking legitimate political trolls from Europe throughout the years. And I think at this point in time, they're starting to realize that what Ghost said was going to come to pass has now come to pass, and it is 100 times worse feeling it in reality instead of thinking about it in the future. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I'm telling everybody out here, for Christ's sake, that it's in Europe that is dealing with this migrant crisis. I'll post the diagram again at Politics Ghost that basically shows every little piece and part and the name of the part of an AK-47. If you can't buy them, build them, protect yourself in Europe, for Christ's sake. This is your time now. It is time for you to start rising up and starting to let everybody know that the Europeans that built thousands of years of culture and history will not be erased because the leftists brought in some kind of battle-hardened jihadis, some wild Yehudis to come in and basically subjugate the freaking domestic people. You're not going to accept it, Europe, and you shouldn't accept it. And I'm telling you, this is a powder keg, and it's about to blow up, for Christ's sake. And I hope that my friends in Europe, are listening. If you can't buy them, build them. Protect yourself. The freaking wild Yehudis that are infiltrating your country have the guns. All right, and this is what happens to all you stupid leftist idiots that are listening to me right now. Why don't you ask a European who's living in a gun-free zone how he wishes, or she wishes probably now, they had the opportunity to obtain a firearm to protect themselves against these goddamn wild Yehudis. I mean, do you understand that, folks? All right? I mean, do you understand the seriousness of what's going on here? This is serious business. I mean, what is happening in Europe 5 years from now is going to happen in America if we elect any of these idiots on the left, or hell, anybody who these GOP establishment idiots elect on the right. I mean, this is a systematic, internationalist, bureaucratic takeover, for Christ's sake. These bureaucrats are trying to use bureaucracy to take us all over, man. Networked international bureaucratic systems, for Christ's sake. And let me tell you, no bureaucrat should be in charge of the world. You understand that? No bureaucrat should be in charge of the freaking world, for Christ's sake. Some stupid suit, you know what I'm saying, trying to sit over here and wave their finger when they haven't worked a goddamn real day in their life. And that's the freaking story about 90+% of these damn politicians in power today. They haven't had a real day's work in their life. You know, they were probably goody two-shoes idiots or good students. They went to college. They got themselves a good degree. And right after they got out of college, they started working for bureaucrats. And then they took that step from working to a bureaucrat to being a bureaucrat. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, once again, my heart is broken to all the European countries that are being infiltrated by this migrant crisis. But by God, the government isn't going to help you. The police aren't going to help you. I mean, hell, in Germany, they're telling Germans to hide their freaking German sausage because it offends the freaking Yehudis. I mean, can you believe this crap? I mean, you know, German sausage, you got to hide German sausage in Germany because the wild Yehudis that are over there are getting upset, for Christ's sake. I mean, this is what's coming to America. I mean, we're already starting to see remnants of it as it relates to this goddamn ridiculous political correctness, man. We're already seeing it. Jesus Christ, my heart, I'm telling you, it is so broken for Europe, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ, I cannot reiterate this anymore, Europe. It's time to rise up. There's no time to be afraid. There's no time to cry anymore. If you can't freaking buy them, build them, for Christ's sake, all right? And if you can't find the parts, well, then build the parts, all right? If you've got 3D printers, well, then design the goddamn parts yourself. All right? You need to protect yourself. It's obvious your governments have betrayed you. Your governments have betrayed you. Your police, your governments, they've all betrayed you. Hey, look, this is an American telling you Europeans this, all right? This should go to show you that Americans aren't a bunch of ignorant idiots, all right? Americans aren't a bunch of morons that could care less about what happens to other people across the pond over there. This is an American telling you this. And by God, my heart goes out to Europe, for Christ's sake. Fight! Fight! Fight the European migrant crisis, baby! Fight it all! That's your country! That's your country. You fought thousands of years for that. What, you're just going to let a migrant crisis that is enforced by some leftist bureaucrats to tell you that's no longer your country, Europe? That's your country. That's your land. Those are your people. Don't let these damn leftists think that make you believe otherwise, for Christ's sake. You built that damn country. The thousands and thousands of years of millions and millions of lives in wars and art, architecture. I mean, I can go on and on, for Christ's sake, man. That's your country. Are you hearing me, Europe? It's your goddamn country. What are you going to do about it? I mean, what are you going to do about it, for Christ's sake, man? You've been betrayed by the government that you wholeheartedly believed in, for Christ's sake. You thought that the government was going to protect you. You thought the government was going to take care of you. You thought the government was going to sustain you and generations until the end. It didn't work. You've been betrayed. You've been betrayed. The Germans, the Swedes, the French, the Belgians, the people in the Netherlands, you've been betrayed. It's time for you to start waking up and doing something about it. Jesus Christ. God damn, my heart's beating like a rabbit, folks. I'm sorry I'm so emotional. I'm sorry I'm so passionate about this, for Christ's sake. But by God, why don't you go look at the freaking footage that's coming out? You're on the internet. Look it up. Take a look at the footage that's coming out of Europe, man. I mean, you've got gang rapings of domestic women in European countries because these wild Yehudis justify it based on their wild Yehudi religion. You understand that? I mean, it's ridiculous, folks. I mean, I can't believe what has happened to Europe. I can't believe it. And I can't believe Europe is just standing there and letting it happen. God damn, I can't believe it. Let me take a swig of this beer. So I'm going to try one more time. 516-453-9903 is the number to call. We're going to try to see if we can find some callers here. We are having technical difficulties, and it has to do with the Blog Talk Radio side because the switchboard is obviously shut. This has nothing to do with people being deaf mutes or anything of that nature. This is Blog Talk Radio side. We are going to try to take some calls here. Let me just take a swig here. They're ruining my Taco Tuesday. I can tell you that right now. Blog Talk Radio, you people are ruining my freaking Taco Tuesday. Anyway, 516-453-9903. Let's see if we could take some goddamn callers here. 712, are you there? Nope, it doesn't look like we're going to get any goddamn... You can't get through. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about the switchboard, but once again, here we are. All right, I mean, the Blog Talk Radio, and you see people are saying, you got to leave Blog Talk Radio, Coach, you got to leave it. I don't really want to leave Blog Talk Radio because, first and foremost, I don't like other social media. I don't like how you can, go on like a Vine or a YouTube or, any of these other social media and become like, this ultra-popular idiot because, I don't know, you're doing a prank or, you're putting them in a coffin or, doing these stupid, ridiculous antics. I don't want what I'm doing affiliated with the garbage that's in the rest of the social media stars. I don't even want to be a social media star. I don't even want to be a star. All right. I mean, hence, why do you think that I'm not out here trying to push anything? I'm not trying to push my face on anything. That's why I don't want to do this. I'm only doing this because it needs to be done, and I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of, for Christ's sake. And, people need to be inspired. People need to be organized. And I think that I have an ability to do so. So I'm doing it. All right? Now, I'll try to do some outbound calls, okay? Look, I'm gonna try to call somebody who is on hold right now. Now, if I call you, all right, I'm not going to give out your number or anything like that. So just, don't get all off keister and don't get all... All right, let me see here. We've got somebody who's been on hold. We're going to give them a call and see what they want to talk about here. Hold on just one second, folks. I got to manually put this in here, and hopefully we can get somebody on the horn. All right, now I'm going to call somebody in the 610 area code, folks. So if you happen to be on the hold from 610 and you hear a call, pick it up. Are we getting any dial-outs here? Come on. It says fail, called, not answered. We're getting on. Let me tell you something. This is just completely screwed today, folks. I have no freaking idea what in the blue hell is happening to the Blog Talk. This is a Blog Talk Radio situation. This pisses me off. All right, this utterly pisses me the freak off, for Christ's sake. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to answer some questions right now via Twitter. You want to go ahead and ask me a legitimate question. I'm not saying anything that is ridiculous. I'm not going to sit over here and answer something that is pathetically, ridiculously trollish. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and answer questions right now. All you got to do is tweet at the hashtag Capitalist Army, baby. Capitalist Army is the hashtag to tweet at. And ask me a question. This is not shout-outs. All right, this is not shout-outs here. These are questions that people want to get answered because we can't get this freaking goddamn switchboard open. Thanks, Blog Talk. Piece of crap. I'm telling you, we're bogging down their servers. I can almost guarantee you that's what it is. All right? I don't think these people are prepared for the amount of people that are listening in via the internet. Remember, this is live, all right? I mean, they're the ones that are saying, hey, we're unlimited hosting, all right? We'll host as many as you want, Well, I mean, where's the unlimited hosting at, Blog Talk, all right? I've got tens of thousands of people that are listening right now. Anyway, Capitalist Army hashtag, all right? Now, according to the God of Rage, have you heard about the three mistresses I found? No, I have not heard the three mistresses you found. Am I Roger Stone? No, I am not Roger Stone. I know it may seem like that. I mean, but I'm not Roger Stone, all right? I mean, a lot of the things that this guy all of a sudden, I don't want to get into, but no, I'm not Roger freaking Stone, all right? Yes, I'm going to talk about the Icelandic situation here after I answer a few questions, all right? All right. How have the last 4 years off BTR and Twitter been? It's been great. Are you kidding me? It's been great. I've been, I don't know if you heard me on the first broadcast after the emergency broadcast. I spent 2 years of that 4 years living out of hotels. I've cashed out all my real estate, all my stocks, for Christ's sake. I mean, I still mess around with ETFs. And by the way, folks, the market tanked a little bit. Gold spiked today. So if you folks would have heard me last week, I alluded to the fact that people should start entertaining ETFs as it relates to the price of gold and silver going up. You would have made yourself a couple of percent just based on a week's work. But once again, folks, I spent 2 years living out of 5-star hotels with my wife, and we got a dog along the way. I mean, it was like a freaking rock star, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like a freaking rock star I was living, man. Every freaking bar that, and I love hotel bars. Oh my God! You get to meet great people. I got to drink with celebrities. I got to drink with major CEOs, for Christ's sake. 'Cause I'm staying at these freaking 5-star hotels, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? And, in the process of that, I got a pretty good networking of people that are within the capitalist sphere. It's a sphere is what I meant, not fear, sphere. And, it helps dramatically networking for important people throughout the nation. So I had a great time, man. I mean, that's what I did, all right? What dog breed is Templeton? I'm not saying, all right? Is it wise to invest in oil? I mean, the way that the Saudis are talking and the way that the OPEC is talking, I've got ETFs long-term, and let me tell you, as soon as it hit $29 a barrel of oil, when the freaking barrel was costing more than the oil, that's when I bought in on the ETF, and I'm riding that crap until it gets back to $80, $90 a barrel, and I think that's very plausible as it relates to the upcoming potential war that we're going to have on a global scale. Because when war happens, what does everything need in war? It needs oil. It needs gas. I mean, truth be told, folks, that's why the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. They bombed Pearl Harbor because, remember, the Japanese had imperialist conquests. All right, and unfortunately, because they were imperialists, the United States, I mean, there's a whole bunch. I don't want to get into the reasons why the United States did this. I mean, I personally believe that the United States goaded the Japanese into trying to make some sort of an attack on them so that they could justify their entrance into World War II. But, I mean, I don't want to get into the whole crap about that. But the reason that they ended up having to bomb Pearl Harbor was because they wanted to invade China, all right, Indochina and China, because they wanted to raid the natural resources. They needed more oil to sustain their imperialist conquest. Now, at the time, the United States had an open-door policy, wink, wink, with China. So the Japanese knew that the Americans were going to send their fleet that's stationed in Hawaii, that's stationed in Pearl Harbor, to go assist any potential Japanese invasion of China. So what Japan did is they took a gamble. They decided, you know what I'm going to do? Let's just go ahead and let's deplete their naval fleet, and let's deplete all their planes that's in Pearl Harbor, so it'll take them a good considerable amount of time to muster some kind of a defense and to get it over to China by the time us Japanese invade China and basically invade it to get the goddamn natural resources, which is oil. So anyway, the only reason I brought that history lesson up is because every time there is a global war, every time there is a global conflict, there is going to be massive amounts of oil being consumed on the war front. So, yeah, absolutely. I'm long on ETFs on oil as it relates to the upswing of the ETF. All right. Anyway, folks, I mean, I'm just saying. And no, I never broadcasted under any other name. I never anybody who claims that they were me is an utter fraud, and I hope they get injected with cancer of the cock. Because anybody who's claimed to be me over the past 4 years is an utter fraud. I'm serious. They're pieces of crap. All right? Anyway, folks, I mean, we got a whole bunch of questions going on, for Christ's sake. I mean, once again, I'd like to take calls. My apologies. We've got this goddamn Blog Talk Radio acting like a bunch of, fruity-ass milky lickers over here, denying me access to the goddamn switchboard because I'm telling you, I don't think that they could take the amount of bandwidth that we're raping from their servers, baby. I can almost guarantee this. All right? I mean, literally, there are 50,000 people that listen to the True Capitalist Radio broadcast live on a consistent basis, and that doesn't include the amount of people that downloaded via podcast or download it via stream to hear it another day, for Christ's sake. I mean, I'm not joking. I don't think they were prepared for this, and I don't blame them, boy. I don't blame them. Woo! Oh, my God, folks. Oh, my God. Let me move on to another subject matter. Once again, Europe, rise up, baby. If you can't find them, build them. If you can't buy them, build them, baby. You understand? It's time for you to rise up. That's your country. Anyway, folks, I want to talk a little bit about the Panama Papers leaks, folks. And let me tell you, this turned into some serious business. All right, this turned into some serious business. We alluded to this yesterday, that there were massive protests, in Iceland. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm multitasking here, and I'm about to take a swig of Grandpa's old cough medicine. Massive amounts of protests after the goddamn Panama Papers were leaked and implicated the Prime Minister of Iceland in some nefarious tax evading type of financial instruments. And literally the people of Iceland rose up and basically, I mean, they weren't going to leave this idiot's palace or surrounding this idiot's little palace until this moron resigned. And you see, what the Iceland uprising should show everybody in the international community, that if enough people get together and go in unison to confront an abusive, corrupt authority, that abusive, corrupt authority will crack. And, I mean, the Iceland uprising proves it, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, that's a hell of a feat. I mean, I got to give Iceland much props, for Christ's sake. And if I have any listeners in Iceland, well, then, by God, much props. I salute you, folks, all right? I mean, we have to work together on a global scale, and I'm talking a global scale, to weed out corruption, all right, to weed out criminality, folks, because a lot of these international bureaucratic systems, these bureaucratic consortiums, are just fronts for criminal outfits, folks. They're just front for criminal outfits. I mean, the real gangsters aren't John Gotti. The real gangsters aren't Tony Accardo, Al Capone. You know who the real gangsters of this world are? George Bush, Prescott Bush, George Bush Jr., Jeb Bush, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton. Do you understand what I'm saying, folks? George Soros. All right? I mean, I'm not kidding around. I mean, I can go on and on. I mean, these are criminal outfits. All right? I mean, these are people. I mean, let me tell you, the Panama Papers pretty much exposes this. All right? I mean, when I say we, I'm talking about the whole goddamn world is still trying to scurry and scour through this goddamn 1.25 terabyte of information. But this just proves that there's some kind of global consortium, some kind of global underground criminal network that's funneling all this money to one another. I mean, once again, they got a circulation of money going from each other's bank accounts to each other's bank accounts. And guess where it's coming from? It's coming from our tax dollars. That's where it's coming from. That's why all these politicians that are implicated out there in China and Russia, that's why it should be important to those people, and that's why they're trying to suppress that information in their press, in their media. They're trying to suppress the Panama Papers because they don't want what happened in Iceland to happen to them. Because it's sick, it's corruption, it's criminality. I mean, any one of us who did what these bureaucrats did in the Panama Papers, we'd go to jail for 30-plus years. I'm not joking, all right? I'm not kidding around. We would go to jail. And yet because these idiots are bureaucrats, because these idiots are so-called leaders, these people think they're above the law. I mean, why do you think all this crap is coming out about Ted Cruz? I mean, Ted Cruz, to be honest with you, is one of the more tamer bureaucrats. I mean, a lot of these bureaucrats, if you really look into their backgrounds, for Christ's sake, I mean, you'll find sicker crap than just, abandoning a few prostitutes and a few married broads. I mean, you'll find some sick, deviant, gay homosexual prostitution. I mean, you may find in some instances elements of pedophilia. I mean, I'm not kidding around, for Christ's sake. These are the kind of people that are running our governments throughout the world, for Christ's sake. That's why you can't trust a damn bureaucrat, man. You can't trust a bureaucrat as far as you can throw them. That's why these bureaucrats want to build systems so that you can fear them, so that they don't fear you. And that's the purpose, folks. That's what it is. That's why all of you got to take your head out of your ass, especially you idiots over there on the Bernie Sanders side that believe that, we're going to get free everything. And I mean, we're just going to get it, and that's all we're going to do, and free college and free health care and free housing, and I'm going to get a Cadillac, and I'm going to get free food. I'm just going to get everything. Hey, assholes, ask the Europeans who did this already for 30, 40 years, who are finally coming to a header and can no longer sustain this financially, how that works out, Bernie Sanders fans. Why don't you go ask these Europeans who've lived this? That's what I'm telling you, dumb Bernie Sanders idiots. You need to take your head out of your ass. It's all about money, man. It's all about money. Now, whether it's communism or socialism, that means the bureaucrats spend your money. And as you can see from the freaking Panama Papers, these bureaucrats put your money in their pocket, and whatever's left after they're robbing your goddamn tax dollars, whatever's trickling down on the floor, that's what goes into your breadline account. All right, that's how much bread is going to be distributed at the breadline. All right, that's what's going to be distributed as it relates to how many people need whatever. All right, this is bureaucrats. This is bureaucracy. These are communist and socialist models, all right? It doesn't matter if it's communism, socialism, capitalism. It's money. Money is the foundation of all these systems. It doesn't matter what you people want to believe. Money makes the world go round, and until you come to grips with that reality, you're going to continue to be a perpetual loser. You're going to continue to be a perpetual idiot. You are going to continue to be mad at yourself, which in turn you will turn to the world and be mad at the world. And let me tell you something, folks. It's because you can't come to grips with goddamn reality. You can't come to grips with reality, folks, because money makes the world go round. And if you ain't paying into this system, and when the system finally comes to a header, what makes you think that your freaking word or your vote or anything that you have to say is going to be pertinent? All right? I mean, just ask the Greeks that, all accepted off the government teat out there. You remember that? They were all rioting. They were killing each other out there, for Christ's sake, because they didn't have a say-so in what happened to the money of the state. You know who had the say-so to the money of the state? The people that actually paid the money to the freaking state. So that's what you idiot Bernie Sanders idiots just don't seem to comprehend out of your goddamn bong-ridden noggins. Do you understand that? That's what you don't get. That's what you don't understand. Socialism doesn't work. You don't get dick in socialism. All right? I mean, you people need to understand this. There is no model that has been ever existed since the beginning of time that has shown that socialism has brought anything or anybody out of poverty. All socialism and communism has done is spread misery to the masses. And that's basically the foundation of communism and socialism. Everybody is going to be miserable, all right? And who isn't? The bureaucrats, all right? I mean, the same thing happened in Soviet Russia, all right? All the Soviets had to wait in line from everything from bread to toilet paper Meanwhile, you have the bureaucrats in the Soviet bloc out here going into these secret stores and consuming in Western goods, Western liquor. I mean, do you understand, folks? I mean, you idiots that are freaking Bernie Sanders fans are going to do nothing but make yourselves into Soviet serfs, where you got to wait in bread lines. Meanwhile, people like Bernie Sanders, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton can go into a secret store and consume in the best of the best goods because they're a part of the club and you're not. You wanted to be feel the burn. You wanted to be free food. You wanted to be free this. Hey, anything that you get for free, always remember this, folks. Anything that you get for free is always going to suck. Oh, all right? I mean, everything that I've ever gotten for free is like, oh, okay, it's great. It's, it's fucking half-ass crap. And that's exactly what you're going to get if you think that this goddamn government is going to give you a goddamn thing. It ain't going to get you nothing, boy. It ain't going to get you a goddamn thing. And that's why I'm showing you folks this. Time and time again, I'm trying to explain to you this. The Panama Papers proves that these bureaucrats, regardless if they try to say, I'm for the people, I'm a socialist, I'm this, I'm that, they are funneling money from your taxes into their pockets. All right? I mean, it's as simple as that, folks. I mean, I know that you dumbass Bernie Sanders jerk dicks want to sit here and continue to smoke that peace pipe and believe that something else there's something else romantic about what's going on. There's nothing romantic about it, idiot. All right? I mean, I challenge you, Bernie Sanders idiots. Name a socialist model that has come to fruition, that has been successful, that is producing on a global scale. Name one. Name one, for Christ's sake, that hasn't killed millions of people in famine and in political oppression. Name one, for Christ's sake. You can't, because you people are idiots. It's pathetic. Let me tell you, every time I see one of these sniveling Bernie Sanders jerkasses, I mean, you can see, I mean, these people ate paint chips when they were kids or something. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, they must have thrown asbestos flakes on their burgers when they were growing up, or threw asbestos flakes in their goddamn applesauce, because a lot of these damn Bernie Sanders people are gone. I mean, it doesn't matter what media outlet you go to. I mean, they throw a microphone in these people's faces, for Christ's sake. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. They're like, oh, well, what do you like about Bernie Sanders? Well, he's for the people, and, he's going to give us free health care, and, I mean, we need that. I mean, he's talking our language, and okay, well, what do you think about Trump? Oh, this Trump is an asshole. He's a racist. I mean, he's violent. I mean, he's technically Hitler. He's literally Hitler. I mean, do you understand? No substance, all a bunch of talking points. They know nothing about the issues. I mean, most of these dumbasses that are Bernie Sanders friends are a bunch of college kids that now want to act like feminists. Because, look, my criticism of feminism, folks, is that it's a lesbianic movement now. It has been taken over by fat, disgusting, bull-nosed, rash under the titty bull dykes that are out here trying to man-hate and trying to convince other women to man-hate, and basically that's feminism. And moreover, feminism is trying to take personal responsibility away from women. Do you understand that? That's really the basis of feminism. They want to take personal responsibility away from women and direct people's personal responsibility, or direct women's personal responsibility on other people. That's why all these feminists are always complaining about somebody else instead of trying to rectify their own problems. You understand? I mean, and that's what Bernie Sanders is doing, all right? I mean, that's what the Bernie Sanders supporters are doing. They are avoiding personal responsibility. They're avoiding facts that they don't know shit from Shinola, okay? They are avoiding the responsibility of the fact that they signed their own name on the dotted line and sold their souls to the federal government to give them that college loan so they could be dumbed down by leftist professors who don't have college debt because they weren't affected by the 2009 stimulus package, which federalized student loans and made student loans impossible to file bankruptcy on. You know what I'm saying? And moreover, these dumbass college kids, when they're, most of them are already run out of their goddamn college, their college loans because they've been bong hitting and drinking, for Christ's sake. That's why they're going to Bernie Sanders. They're like, Bernie, it's not fair. I didn't know. I just saying my name. They gave me like $60,000, $70,000. I just took it. I didn't know. Well, if you didn't know, you need to blame your mama. If you didn't know, you need to blame your daddy. If you didn't know, you need to blame those goddamn stupid parents of yours that just let you go and sign your name on a goddamn stupid piece of paper and basically signed your life away so that you can get a substandard higher education for a million% of the price that your parents paid for it. All right? 1,000,000% of the price. I'm not kidding. I'm exaggerating, but I'm serious. I mean, in 1970s, all right? I'm not joking. UT Austin, $150 a semester. You could have a part-time job and pay for a shitty little apartment, a little Pinto, and your school, and still be able to have enough money to, maybe drink a beer or two if you want to go to a freaking bar or something. I mean, I'm not kidding around. I mean, you freaking stupid idiot kids in these colleges aren't learning shit from Shinola, for Christ's sake. And you know what makes me even more upset is that your false confidence, just proves the public education system's self-esteem initiative has gone completely haywire, all right? I mean, these dumb, stupid, mindless simpletons, these people with no substance, no kind of credibility, they have no type of intellectual curiosity. These people are so confident, though, right? They're so confident, they're so loud, they're so proud about what? About nothing. And that's why none of these Bernie Sanders fans are basically telling me that I'm wrong, because I am right. Bernie Sanders is not getting up in arms about these, the freaking delegates turning against him in primaries where he won. He's not getting up in arms on the fact that he's off the ballot in Washington, D.C. He's not sending people out there he's not doing anything. All he's doing is, making these dumbass speeches and making you stupid morons take whatever beans you got left in your goddamn college freaking loan account and put it in his freaking campaign contribution account. You've been bamboozled, you morons. You've been had. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, I know it hurts your feelings. I know that there's probably a bunch of freaking little Bernie Sanders jerk dicks a little triggered. I'm sure they're a little upset. They're like, oh, my God, I can't believe he's saying this. He's saying the actual truth. I'm triggered. I'm telling you the truth. This man doesn't care. In my opinion, I think he's doing this to retire. I think that he's doing this so that he can make all this money and put it in his campaign contribution account, okay? And then once he retires, like every politician can legally, he's going to transfer, once he's no longer in politics, all the money in his campaign contribution account into his personal bank account, tax-free, courtesy of all you feel the burn in the crotch idiots. Woo! And look, I'm sorry if I'm taking a little bit of glee in the fact that you people are too stupid to know how bad you're getting had, for Christ's sake. But hey, you're the morons that don't want to listen to facts. You're the morons that doesn't want to listen to actual reality, for Christ's sake. You still want to live in this pipe dream. You still want to believe that, oh, feel it burn. It's going to burn, baby, and you're going to get this. You're not going to get dick. All right, the fix is in, jerk dicks. All right? The fix is in. Hillary's already getting delegates on her side. I mean, even if freaking dumbass Bernie Sanders wins it all, you think he's going to contest anything? And if he does anything, let me tell you what Bernie Sanders is going to do if he doesn't when he doesn't get the nomination for the DNC, he's going to try to run third party. And why is he going to do that? More money, baby. My opinion, baby, more money. More money. Do you understand? This is a game, folks. Politics is a game. I mean, they're telling you right now, no matter who you vote for in this primary, they're going to elect and nominate their own person. Doesn't matter what your vote says. So why are you standing in lines and voting if your vote doesn't count? I mean, because they're slapping you in your face. They're telling you you're meaningless. And let me tell you, over here on the Trump side, on the Trump train, we ain't meaningless, boy. We ain't going to just sit here and go quietly into that good night. I can guarantee you, we are standing, we are fighting. Donald Trump has sparked a capitalist revolution, and I have taken the torch, and the capitalist army has taken the torch, and we are going to climb with this man to the top of the mountain. This is an important election. That's why I'm up here, and I will continue to be up here every goddamn day, Monday through Friday, 4 to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We may even extend it 3 hours, for Christ's sake, because we got so many people listening in. We've got so many people listening in, we may even extend it to 3 hours. But anyway, folks, before I go, I want to talk about the chalking. And for you folks that are unfamiliar, this is spreading around like wildfire. This Sunday night, from campuses all across the country, I'd like for campuses even in Europe to partake in this. There's going to be a massive chalking of Trump 2016 with the hashtag capitalist army being put on campuses and on public arenas throughout the world so that we can trigger these little feminist, dykey imbeciles, so that we can trigger these leftist, stupid, pussified versions of themselves, so that we can trigger all these goddamn professors so we can get them angry. You understand? And I cannot wait for Monday. I'm telling you right now. And let me tell you, even if you're against Trump, partake in this troll, baby. All right, troll the system, troll the media. I guarantee you, come Monday morning, we should have some goddamn media covering this crap. All right, so if you want to partake in this, all right, and you want to troll the media, even if you're against Donald Trump, by God, go to your campus, go to some public park, go to some kind of publicly funded area and chalk up Trump 2016 with the hashtag capitalist army, baby, this Sunday night. And it's happening, baby. I mean, check out my Twitter account, Politics Ghost, all one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost. Follow me on Twitter. We've got a lot of people throughout a lot of campuses already catching wind of this, all right? It will happen, and all you need is some chalk, baby, and all you got to do is just put Trump 2016 with the hashtag capitalist army, baby, so that we can represent, so that we can act in unison, for Christ's sake. This is the only thing that's going to get the media's attention, for Christ's sake. When we act in unison, they cannot deny us. When we act together, they cannot deny us. So I'm calling on everybody, whether you're for Trump or against Trump, for Christ's sake, let's troll the media. Let's troll the mainstream media. And if you're on a campus, or if you're by a damn public park, or if you're by an area that's publicly funded, well, by God, take some chalk, write Trump 2016 with the hashtag capitalist army, so that we can show this media that they are not the media of N media anymore, that we are the media. You are the media. The individuals on social media are the media. The individuals that want to spread the actual truth, the actual facts, are the new media. Do you understand that? Anybody who's on the internet who wants to spread facts and truth are the new media. We don't need these lying, suggestive talking heads any longer, folks. They're dying. We don't need them. We don't need them anymore. And by God, I am glad to be part of it. And I hope that you are part of it, for Christ's sake, man. Get off the sidelines and get on the front lines. This is the most important American election in world history. And if you're just going to sit on your thumbs and do nothing, for Christ's sake, well, then don't cry at the outcome. Because we, over here on the Trump train, we're dedicated. We're dedicated. We want to make sure that America's great again. We want to make sure that this capitalist revolution rises to victory. And we take over the American government, and we make capitalism great again. We make capitalism the norm again. We make America great again. That's right. Troll the media, baby. This Sunday night, the chalking, baby. Hashtag the chalking. And you better believe come Monday morning, the mainstream media is going to recognize, baby, there's going to be a bunch of triggered little leftists. They're going to be crying. They're going to be triggered, and we're going to trigger them. Remember, Trump 2016, hashtag capitalist army, baby. This is our time. This is our election. This is ours. It belongs to us. It belongs to us. Well, by God, folks, it's about that time, folks. I'm sorry we had technical difficulties. Forward your grievances to Blog Talk Radio. Follow me on Twitter, Politics Ghost, folks. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. And by God, go to the archive. blogtalkradio.com/ghost is the archive. Until next time, same place, same time. Long live the capitalist army, baby. And Trump 2016, nothing's stopping this Trump train, baby. Woo! I'm out of here.
Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.